Marines and sailors in the Pacific call home via radio. Greetings, America. This is your Marine radio correspondent, Staff Sergeant Fitz Lonergan of St. Paul, Minnesota, speaking to you from aboard an LSM in a far western Pacific-bound convoy as we near the Japanese stronghold of Iwo Jima at Japan's front door. From the rolling forward living and mess compartment of this compact little landing ship, here is the first in a series of chats with Navy crew members who are transporting 5th Division Marines to the strategic target of Iwo Jima. Yes, there's a Pacific War going on headed for Japan's open door, and we're going to talk with the men who are fighting it. Gathered around this Marine correspondent's portable recorder is a beaming group of young American sailors all eager to give you the word back there on Main Street, USA. First of all, for a report to the nation, and particular to his own home territory of Detroit, Michigan, is none other than pharmacist mate first class Richard F. Corona of 5068 Cooper, Detroit, Michigan. Hello there, Dick. How are you today?
Hello, Vince. I'm feeling fine today.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
How's everything going?
Oh, so far everything is going fine, Vince.
So far, so good.
Yes.
Well, may it continue that way. Dick, would you like to give us a little of your hometown background? It's all right if I call you Dick, isn't it?
Oh, that's what everybody else calls me.
Fine. I just took a guess on that. Now, your hometown background, where were you born?
Well, I was born in Crown Hill, West Virginia.
Crown Hill, West Virginia.
Yes,
Beautiful country.
Not very far from Charleston.
And you attended early schooling there, did you?
No, I didn't, Vince. I lived there when I was about 3 and moved to Muse, Pennsylvania. It's just a little ways from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. I don't remember going to school there, but I imagine I did. Anyway.
You imagine well, those first early years of mine were the same way.
Yeah.
I think I did. I'm not sure sometimes, especially when it comes to spelling some names, adding up some figures. I have to go back to the reports and look to see if I went to school. Well, anyway, then from there, Munisburg, Pennsylvania, where did you go?
Well, where it really became interesting was in Detroit. I attended grade school there at Smith School. And then
high school?
And then from there to Barber Intermediate, and then there to Eastern High School.
All in Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Great motor car manufacturing center of the world. That must be quite a town.
Yeah, it is. It's a real town. I'd sure like to be back there.
Can't wait to get back.
Naturally.
How about civilian jobs after you graduated from school, Richard?
Well, I was a musician, and I still am. I played an accordion. I did a little vocalizing, and I did that while I was going through school. But I was about 16 years old when I started to play ball. And,
well, were they the only jobs that you did?
Yes, that's all I've done.
You were a musician and a ball player.
That's right.
Well, did you have any particular haunts that you played at as a professional or amateur musician? Whichever.
Well, none in particular, just any place where we could get a job, we'd go out and play.
What were your favorite places there? Can you remember a
You
couple?
mean the places I like to go to?
And play, too.
Well,
Not only music.
No, I can't remember any events, none at all.
I see. And then about 16 or 17, you commenced playing ball, did you?
Yes, I was signed by the St. Louis Cardinals, and as soon as I graduated from high school, I was sent down south to play baseball.
Well, let's start at the beginning there. In high school, you played high school baseball. What position was that?
Outfield.
Outfield. Which of the field?
Center field.
Center field. And then, upon your graduation, you were signed by the St. Louis Cardinals.
That's right.
And then you went down south to train with them?
South. I went down south to spring training there. I was sent to a Class D farm, Batesville,
Where's
Arkansas, in northeast Arkansas.
Uh-huh. And from there?
From there, the following year to Decatur and Montgomery. And then this started. And it was all over.
Started. Your baseball career ended. And how old are you now, Dick?
Well, I'm 24 now.
You're 24. Well, that sort of nips it in the bud, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it does, Vince.
Well, there's just a slim possibility that you may be able to get back into baseball after the war's over. Depends on the competition, doesn't it?
Yeah, it'll be pretty keen, I guess.
Are you going to give it a try anyway?
I don't know. It's up to my wife and I to decide. I'll have to talk it over.
Uh-huh. Well, I'd like to see you become a famous baseball star, then I can point to Richard Corona, whom I knew while in the Marine Corps, and while he was aboard this ship coming over to this target. Best of luck on that deal there, Dick. And what, for instance, if your baseball career doesn't pan out, what would you like to get into?
Well, I really don't know, Vince. I really haven't decided.
Well, you're a man of many trades. You
That's
must
one of
pick
my
them
problems.
up quite easily. You attended these various schools, and from what I hear, got along quite well. Then you started playing the accordion. You were a vocalist. Then you went for baseball, and now you're a pharmacist mate first class in the Navy, and the only doctor aboard this ship. Now that to me is quite a enviable record. So there isn't anything that you can't do if you don't try.
I guess that's right, Vince.
When did you enlist in the Navy, Dick?
February the 1st, 1943.
And where were you located in the States?
I went to boot camp at Great Lakes. And from Great Lakes, I was sent to Corps School in San Diego, California. I did 6 months duty there at the hospital and transferred to Washington, D.C. I spent 5 months at Washington, and I must say they were the best 5 months that I spent in the Navy. Everybody there was swell, and I sure would like to go back and do duty there again.
I wouldn't mind doing a little duty there myself. Washington, D.C. Have you got any brothers?
Town.
Pardon me?
It's a wonderful town.
That's what I hear. They make a few laws down there, too, don't they?
Yes.
Have you got any brothers or sisters in the service or at home, Richard?
I have 3 brothers at home and 2 sisters. One of my young brothers is also a ball player. He belongs to the St. Louis Browns, and I imagine he should be right up there this year.
He's on the St. Louis Browns ball club?
No, he belongs to the Browns.
Oh,
He played
see.
for Toledo last year, and I imagine he'll go to spring training with the Browns this year.
Oh, he played with Toledo in the American Association.
Yes,
What's
he
his
did.
name?
George Corona.
George Corona. And what position does he
He's
play?
also an outfielder.
Also an outfielder. Well, the Coronas really going to town on the national pastime. Incidentally, what is your wife's name?
Josephine.
And she's living at 7068 Cooper in Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Now, what's your dad's occupation?
He's a maintenance man, railroad maintenance man.
Oh,
He
where
works
is
for
that?
a Ford Motor Company.
Ford Motor Company. Well, your duty in the Navy has taken you to several ports on the East Coast, down in Panama, and up on the West Coast, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Pedro, and so on and so forth. We won't take up any of your time, Richard, in going over that. But did you choose coming aboard and doing duty on this type of ship, this this LSM?
No, I didn't, Vince. I was just, might say, drafted to it.
Oh, you were one of those.
I volunteered, yeah.
Oh.
You and you.
Those V volunteers. The long finger. Uncle Sam wants you. Well, how's the chow and how's everything else?
Well, everything seems to be working fine. Nothing to complain about.
Getting plenty to eat?
Getting plenty to eat.
Fresh water?
Well, sometimes.
That's ration, too. I know how it is. Well, Richard, as the approaching danger of the invasion by naval forces of this island in the volcano group, Iwo Jima, brought you closer to God in the way of more sober and serious thinking and acting, or have you always been like that?
Well, I've always been sober and serious thinking, but also I think it has brought me a little closer. Makes you wonder how things are going to turn out.
Wonder if you'll come out okay?
Well, I think I'll be out okay. I just got to come out.
Well, I think you will, too. Now, from what you gathered, do you think that the taking of Iwo Jima will be as difficult as some of those other Pacific islands, such as Tarawa, Saipan, or the Marshall Islands, Guadalcanal, and so on and so forth?
Well, we have a few boys that hit Saipan, somewhere in the invasion of the Marshalls and Guadalcanal, and they all said it was tough. But looking at the map of Iwo Jima, it looks like it's going to be tough too, but I think the Marines will do it again. They haven't failed yet, and they won't fail now.
Well, the Marines are glad to hear that that confidence expressed in them. I can just see their beaming smile all over the place. I expect a cigar after this broadcast.
I'll take a Corona.
How about those post-war plans? We talked about a couple, like possibly carrying your musical career on, or combining it with a little baseball, or possibly working in a factory or motor car plant or something.
Well, I'll probably do some type of work and then play a little ball, my odd time, and music also.
Now, being a vocalist and also having a lovely wife and a cute little boy at home, aged about 2 years old, I've seen his picture on the bulkhead in your little office. How would you like to sing him a little song, sort of a good night song, so that he can hear his daddy's voice vocally, musically, and so on and so forth? How would you like to do that?
All right, Vince, I'll try.
Okay, swell. Without benefit of Any musical accompaniment, Richard Corona, and a song for his little boy at home. What's his name, Dick?
Richard Jr.
Richard Jr. Corona and his wife.
What I couldn't be, little pal, I want you to be, little pal. Now I'm putting my faith and my love all in you to do all the things that your dad couldn't do. I'll pray every night, little pal, that you turn out right, little pal. And if someday you'll be on a new daddy's knee, don't forget about me, little pal.
Well, that was fine, Dick. Hey, you certainly can sing, too.
Thanks.
Pharmacist mate first class Richard F. Corona of 5068 Cooper Street, Detroit, Michigan, has sung for his wife and also his little son, 2 years old, Richard Jr., little pal. And now, as a finale and a parting shot, how would you like to deliver that special verbal message which you were telling me about a while ago, Dick?
Right. Hello, Mommy. Being on the air today is as much a surprise to me as it is to you back there in Detroit. I don't know why these Marine radio correspondents picked on me to talk into this mic, but now that they have, I'm going to make the best of it. I hope you are well and in good spirits. I want you to say hello for me, too. Say hello to my dad and all my brothers and sisters, and also thank Jess for coming over Christmas Eve and playing Santa Claus. I wish I could have been there. I know Richard must have liked it very much. I want to also say hello to all my aunts and uncles and thank them for everything they've sent. Also, I want to say hello to my mother-in-law and wish her success in her new business. Well, we shoved off from San Francisco about 3 months ago, went to Pearl Harbor, which is a very beautiful place, and then over to the island of Hawaii, where we picked up a few Marines in their tanks. After a short time on maneuvers, we traveled back to Pearl Harbor, and then after a short layover, we charted our course for the island that the Marines of this and other convoys are going to take from the Japs. You've heard and read about it lately in the news. It's called Iwo Jima, not too far from Saipan and plenty close to Japan. These Marine tankmen aboard are from the 5th Marine Division and have been training on Hawaii the past few months. A good bunch of guys, and we get along fine. The chow isn't the best, but we make out okay. The same with fresh water for washing. It's rationed. Well, I gotta be running along now. I have a few boys to take care of. It's been swell talking to you. Don't think I'm signing too flag-waving and patriotic when I mention buying more war bonds. That money will certainly come in handy after the war. And the Navy can sure use ready cash right now to push this fight right into Hirohito's royal backyard. I hear the Red Cross needs more blood for its bank, so pass the word. Until my next letter, I want to say that I miss you terribly and hope to be seeing you again soon. Remember always that I love you dearly.
Well, it was a swell message, Dick, and a swell song, and thank you very much. I can see your family back in Detroit and all your friends, and you have many, I know, beaming and smiling, very happy indeed this day to hear your voice over the radio. And we'll be seeing you around the ship. The best of luck to you. I know that you'll be coming home with flying colors. And incidentally, you make a swell broadcast here. Well, you've been listening to a sailor of the United States Naval Service calling homeward via radio transcription in the first and new series of chats between sailors and Marine radio correspondents for the benefit of hometowners on Main Street, USA. And just now, we've talked with Richard Frederick Corona of 5068 Cooper Street, Detroit, Michigan. A member of this LSM in a Western Pacific-bound convoy headed for one of the last enemy-held bastions in the Western Pacific. Japanese-held Iwo Jima near Japan's front door.